Welcome back, Commanders. We're right into Boom Beach, and hopefully today will be a little bit more relaxed than it was yesterday. We did a lot of upgrades, namely my headquarters, my armory up to level 19, and also my warriors up to level 17 now. So they are a lot more powerful when you've got 49 of them in total. But without further ado, let's go ahead and scout out Terror Stage 1. And actually, well, what I should do is just get straight into the attack. Alright, so all that we've really got to watch out over here are these boom cannons. That's pretty much all that could really do too much damage to us. Unfortunately, I haven't been generous and given us any stones to play around with over here. So what I'm going to do is just drop one boatload over here on the right hand side. So they travel pretty much straight forward, hopefully, right onto the cannon. I'll go ahead and shock it as soon as it starts turning so we don't lose any of our guys. And then I guess we'll just send them in. Yeah, wow, there's nothing really that's able to really hurt our guys. What you could, of course, do is throw maybe a shock on the sniper tower. But say, I really need to get into making that second account now, don't I? Because it's getting pretty ridiculous with just how strong my warriors are. I definitely will do that. I probably should do that pretty soon now. Thinking I'll go ahead and start the second account on Andy or BlueStacks. Probably Andy, because I've been playing Boom Beach on Andy a lot more, and I think it runs quite a bit better on Andy than it does on BlueStacks. And if those words are complete gibberish to you, I mean that they are well, they're kind of Android emulators. I mean, can you really emulate Android? Android's like a very open platform, so. But yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and do it on the PC. Somehow. Let's go ahead and just clear out all of this gunboat energy up over here. All we've really got to watch out for are these cannons here. As long as our guys keep on moving up the right hand side, we'll be alright. We'll go ahead and destroy these two mortars as well. Now, warriors are the fastest troop in the game, I'm pretty sure. So the mortars are too slow to actually go ahead and attack us too much. I'm just going to go get one shock. One of our warriors has decided to stray a little bit. So I'll just... Oh, should I continue shocking? I probably should, shouldn't I? Oh, no, we shouldn't. Alright, that's with 14 warriors, stage 2. Pretty simple stuff. Hang right. I mean, you could go on the left, but there's a bit more defenses out over there. And those cannons are still going to be able to attack you, so... I'd recommend going up on the right hand side. Let's go Terror Stage 3 now. Hopefully Terror Stage 6 and 7 are going to be noticeably easier. Alright, so this is 162,000 health. And they have boosted up by almost a quarter the damage. Okay. Well, let's see. That's the building health. This is the building damage. Yeah, 24%. So what I'm going to do is just check out more of these defenses. All right, there is a shock launcher in range, so we're going to have to go shock. Let's see, 11. Okay, both sniper towers are level 11. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shock pretty much onto this machine gun a little bit to the left of it, and that should hopefully go get the shock launcher and the sniper tower, although I do doubt it, to be quite honest. And we're going to go drop our guys on the right. So let's get into it. Using a bit more strategy on this level over here. What we're going to do though is use a barrage and get as much things as we possibly can. There's also very low level mortar as well, so we'll destroy that for good measure. I'll also chuck one artillery. Unfortunately, we're not able to get 3 things there, but alright, 2 supplies will do, and I'll drop, let's see, I'll drop 3 boatloads now. Because I do want to go ahead and destroy the headquarters relatively soon-ish. I'm going to go ahead and just shock that cannon because that's going to be annoying. I'll just get a flare ready as well to flare over to the right if we need to, but it doesn't seem like we do. Our guys go to the rocket launcher and mortar. So that's perfect. Get our shock bomb ready and see if we can do what I just said as soon as they start turning right now. Oh, beautiful. We can do the shock launcher and that sniper tower. So do that with pretty much a gunboat energy surplus. Very nice. With 21 warriors now. the rate we're going to be using 1 extra boatload for every terror stage. See if we can do next one with 4. I'll probably go ahead and drop a lot more though. Alright, so let's go scout out terror stage 4. Alright, another very simple one. Now the better things about the Volcano stage, of course, is that everything is a lot more spread out. It's not as clustered as it is in the tropical stages. So in many ways it can make it easier. The defenses are a lot harder, the boosts are a lot greater, but in some respects it can be easier as well. Now, we don't really have anything really to worry about on the headquarters. It's just a couple of these mines that can threaten us. But to be honest, none of them are really all that bad. We're going to stick to the right-hand side and we'll be alright. I'm just trying to think. I'll try my luck with a barrage. So we're at 73 gunboat energy now. I don't think we'll be able to get 4 of these supplies over here. Let's see. No. There's one of those on the left there, but it also does a bit of damage to the headquarters. So what we can also do is go ahead and, well, let's see. I'll have to go clear out some of these mines though. Hopefully I'll get rid of them. Beautiful. Alright, so let's go drop 4 boatloads like we said. Oh, come on guys. Over to the right. And still have to flare him again. So obviously you guys will have a much better idea of the pathing than me though, because you'll see which ways the guys walk, the warriors. I'm gonna have to go flare them up over here, and I will go ahead and shock the rocket launcher, and I'll just go ahead and heal my guys up as quickly as I can. Alright, did we lose anyone? No, we haven't. So we're still on track for using 1 landing craft per stage. Although Terror Stage 6, I'm assuming, will be pretty difficult. There's our nice looking gunboat at level 18. Only gives you 2 extra gunboat energy per increase, at least in the latter stages. Maybe in the first couple of stages when you unlock the gunboat, it gives you maybe like 3 gunboat energy or so an upgrade, but in the latter stages it's 2 all the way. Alright, so look at that. It's like a cluster of machine guns everywhere over here. You could definitely get a lot of gunboat energy just using like something like tanks or scorches. Of course, they cost a lot to actually place down, but still. Alright, so I think we're just going to go straight over to the headquarters. It's got 187,000 health. Quite a bit. There's nothing else really in range that can really scare us. That boom cannon's out of range. This one's out of range as well. Alright. So it's just, I'm going to use 2 shocks. Top left and top right. And we should be good. I'll just check out some of these mines. Level 20. Okay. I'm going to have to clear out some of these mines. But other than that, it should be easy pickings. Alright. So let's go with an artillery. And place that right there. Alright, and I'm going to go drop all my guys. Well, I'll drop them all like over here just first off. And then I'll go ahead and flare them in. And they should all come in together. Alright, now it seems like I will lose 1 guy on the mines. And indeed I did. I'll just throw a heal and get 2 shocks ready right now. Alright. And then I'll just throw the rest of the heals. And you know what? Let's just have some fun with our critters as well, because they're brand new. Jeez, we destroyed that headquarters super easy. My critters don't have anywhere near enough health though. They die way too quickly. Alright, so we're doing really well with the warriors at level 17. It's pretty crazy stuff. Alright. Unfortunately, they do cost a little bit more. 4,000 now. Definitely adds up. It's like 200,000, I think, to go ahead and upgrade everything. Or fill up my landing craft is what I want to say. Alright, so we've made it to Terra Stage 6, and I've got to admit that this is by far the hardest Terra Stage 6 that I've ever had to do. So, that means we are going to have to go ahead and boost two of our statues, namely our Troop Damage Masterpiece, as well as my Gunboat Energy Masterpiece. That should give us, I think, 90 Gunboat Energy or so. Our Gunboat is at level 19, so only one more level left. Let's go ahead and get straight into Terra Stage 6 and take it on now, but of course we'll scout it out first. So we've got our 49 warriors, the headquarters 85 plus 137,000 health, so it doesn't seem like it's that much health, but it definitely packs quite the punch. There's just too many defenses up over here. There's a lot of shock launchers, at least 2, and the way to get here is very difficult. The first time I tried while I was doing the live recording from 1 to 5, and I tried to do 6, I tried to go around the right hand side. That takes too much gunboat energy, so we've got to go right up the gut and harvest a little bit of gunboat energy, and I've managed to figure out a path. So let's go ahead, and we've got 90 gunboat energy. Get a barrage, and you need to place this barrage pretty much right on the sandbags. I don't think that's actually going to be good enough. Let's have a look. Is that going to be able to clear out? Oh, fantastic. It does. Alright. So right where I place my barrage, try to place yours there. Now we'll go ahead and get rid of this one boom mine and zoom right in and shoot in between these two boom mines and the supply point. And that should destroy them. There we go. Alright. So now we go drop our warriors, and I'm going to drop them as close as I possibly can right over here. You need to drop where I do so they don't split off. And now we'll go ahead and move to the left, and they won't actually split. Oh no, one guy did. Damn it. There's only that, as always, that one guy. Oh, that wasn't actually the best. Alright. Minimal losses there. We only lost, oh, we haven't even lost anyone, so that's great. Now we'll go ahead and place that second smoke very close to the other smoke, because the things that they've got around there are pretty much your melee weaponry that can destroy everything really quickly. You like your flamethrowers and machine guns. Alright, so we make it there. I'm going to use my critters right now and drop my shocks, 3 of them in total, and that should do the trick. Now the way that you flare to the headquarters, you flare just to the bottom to the right. Jeez, we make that actually very easily. We made that look so much easier than it actually was. I'm sure most of you guys, I wouldn't even recommend hitting Terra Stage 6 until you're maxed out, unless you want to go ahead and boost like I did. And I had to boost both troop damage and gunboat energy, but if you look back, the way that I flare to the headquarters was on the bottom right hand side of it, because on the left over here, as we can see through the casualties, we've got a lot of mines over that side. So flare to the bottom right of the headquarters, and once they get near there, flare onto the headquarters. But hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight on how to take on Terra Stage 6, but that was a very difficult one. So to be quite honest, if you're a low level, I wouldn't recommend it at all. And welcome to Terra Stage 7. Now, unfortunately, I did have a little bit of a break, or quite a break, in between Terra Stage 6 and 7, so I don't have my boost going on at the moment. So I guess things come up in life and you can't always just play through. But let's go ahead and destroy these supplies on the left-hand side. And then we're actually able to go ahead and clear out a nice path for our warriors by destroying just 3 of these mines, which is quite surprising. And look at all these other mines, like we can just completely miss them. So we are going to flare to this machine gun, and it's also important to have a look at where I drop my warriors. So let's go hope that this turn will be a little bit better than my previous recordings. You don't want to know how many times I've tried this stage. I could actually do it if I had my boost still, which is a little bit painful to think about, but that's life. Then we go ahead and go straight onto that middle mine, place an artillery there. Oh, that's not good. All right, so you definitely need to get everything right for this stage to actually work out in your favor. But I find it's actually a lot easier than Terra Stage 6. Actually, what I didn't do, did I, is show the headquarters health. 140 plus 254,000 health, which is just under 400,000. So let's get back into it. Yeah, as I said, I've tried this stage so many times, it's pretty embarrassing. Just make sure we destroy both those suppliers. Good stuff. go ahead and I guess send it a little bit further in south. There we go. There we go. It seems like the boom mines have less of a trigger range than the normal mines. But anyways, let's go ahead and drop our warriors right underneath this stone over here. And we go ahead and flare them onto that third machine gun. Go ahead and smoke twice. Alright. Of course, that smoke could always have been a little bit better, but in this total sum of things, I guess it was pretty good. I'm going to put this smoke a little bit to the right-hand side as well. And then we go ahead and flare the guys onto the headquarters and also, of course, smoke them there. Oh, we're going to lose a couple of guys, aren't we? That's alright. Get 2 of my shocks ready right now. Maybe I was a little bit early. But we still have 1 shock ready at least. Gonna be able to throw a heal down, but yeah, geez, when I wasn't recording, actually, I was able to do a lot more than this. Actually, had about 20% less left of the headquarters, but unfortunately, no cigar just yet today with Terra Stage 7. But this is unboosted, so boosted, I probably could have done this, unfortunately. But that is how I'd recommend doing the 7 Terra stages. This episode is probably going to be a little bit later released than usual, but I guess I get it so early in Australia that it doesn't really matter for the rest of you guys out there. Until next time though, guys, stay subscribed, leave a like, and I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. Take